Hey, what's up, guys? Alright, so I'm just going to be blunt and honest here about Sonic Superstars. Now, me personally, I'm very excited for this game. I can't wait until it comes out. I can't wait till we get a release date from SEGA. I've been waiting on a game like this since I heard the rumors 2 years. Hell, I've been waiting for a game in this style since after Sonic Generations. But let's be honest here, Sonic Superstars is not hype with the fans. It's not hype. It's not as hype as I hoped it would be. And I know a lot of you are in denial, but a lot of you guys are not hyped for this as well. Now, I've seen some Sonic tubers like Unleashed get a lot of hate and a lot of flack from Sonic Twitter and other Sonic fans when he says that he's not feeling the hype for Sonic Superstars anymore. The hype is lost, and you guys are just coping, attacking him for criticizing the Sonic. But like, he's telling the truth, because look at the views. A lot of the views on Sonic Tubers, Sonic Superstars videos are very low. Like, Premi even complained about this to me, saying that anytime he covers Sonic Superstars, his views are not as high as like his other videos. Same thing with me. My latest video on Sonic Superstars was very low, abysmally low. And I've noticed, 2 months ago in June, when the game was first announced, of course, a lot of people were, watching videos. My first video on Superstars got almost 40,000 views. But after June, you know how SEGA does. They completely just go a whole month without any news. And then every now and then there's some breadcrumb news, like what they were doing with Frontiers. Except with Superstars, it's way less hype than it was for Frontiers. You see, when Sonic Frontiers was coming out, we were all dehydrated. We were desperate for a new Sonic game, especially a new 3D Sonic game. Right now, we're kind of spoiled now because we've had Sonic Frontiers. We're getting a new Sonic game, a 2D style Sonic game, and this is coming out in the midst of like Sonic Prime, the Sonic movies. We're getting the Knuckles show later this year. Sonic Frontiers DLC. We just got DLC update 2 months ago. We're going to get update 3 anytime between September and November this year. We got Sonic Origins Plus. In short, we're getting a lot of Sonic content lately. So, people get to pick and choose and be more picky with their choices. So, I'm going to get into the 5 things SEGA needs to do in order to create more hype for Sonic Superstars, because the hype is dead right now. When the game comes out, whether it'll be good or bad, it's not going to sell as well as Frontiers if they continue with this downward slope with the hype. So I'm going to get into the 5 things SEGA needs to do in order to make sure Sonic Superstars remains a hype game. But before I do, be sure to smash that like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's see if we can get to 100,000 subscribers before the year is out. Alright, so number 1, first and foremost, the biggest thing SEGA needs to do to create hype for Sonic Superstars is to please announce a goddamn release date. I mean, come on, how is it Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Spider-Man 2 have a release date for October 20th. It's heavily rumored that Sonic Superstars will come out October 17th this year, but none of that has been confirmed by SEGA. For all we know, SEGA could delay it, or that can be false. We need a release date. If SEGA announces a release date, a lot of people can pre-order. Right now, I don't think anyone can pre-order Sonic Superstars. So announcing a release date will definitely incentivize people to pre-order it, because if I pre-order the game now, when am I going to receive it? So it's just like a date gives people hype, because it makes people schedule like, okay, this is the day that I'm going to call off work or come back home from school and get the game at the store. But with no release date, no one knows when it's coming, so people are just relaxing, not caring until, there's an incentive for them to get the game. Now, I heard that SEGA is going to announce an official release date for Superstars when Gamescom comes up later this month. I hope that's true, because if we don't get a release date this month, I doubt the game is still coming out on October 17th. The second reason why Sonic Superstars isn't that hype is playable demo. Now, we need a demo for people to play for Sonic Superstars, just so people can get a feeling of the game. Now, before you guys say, wait, gamer guys, Sonic Frontiers didn't have a demo, why should Superstars? Frontiers did have a demo, but it was a selective demo. Like, when they had in conventions, you actually had to go there and play the demo. Remember, some Sonic tubers were going to, like, I don't know if it was EGX or something like that, but they were going to some conventions to play Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Frontiers was available to a lot of people to play. You just couldn't record some footage of cyberspace at the time. But yeah, it was there for you to play. As far as I'm concerned, there hasn't really been that many opportunities for people to play Sonic Frontiers except during Summer Games Fest. But as of now, there's no way to play Sonic Superstars demo. There's nowhere to go to play a demo of Sonic Superstars. Sega needs to either release a demo on consoles, which I prefer that, for it to be released on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation systems, Xbox systems, so we can play the demo, or they need to make it in a convention like EGX where people can go and play the demo, because right now we don't have that. And when Superstars came out, what were the first thing people were asking about? The physics. You know, people were very skeptical of Superstars when it came out, not because the previous Sonic game Frontiers was bad. It's just because, you know, from the moment that we heard that Christian Whitehead's team and Christian Whitehead is not working on this game, we were like, uh-oh, is this going to be another Sonic 4 with wonky physics? Sega literally had to prove to us that it is exactly like the retro engine and plays like the classics. And they had to get Christian Whitehead's thumbs up of approval, you know? So they had a lot to prove. But it doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what comparison videos we see. Nothing beats actually playing it, because word of mouth. So that's another thing that they're missing. If we could play a demo, that would ease up a lot of our skepticism. Now, number 3, the third thing Sega needs to do in order to create hype again for Superstars is online co-op. Now, it's true, I've heard that there is going to be some form of online mode in Superstars, like an online battle mode, and I'm gonna be honest, I'll believe it when I see it, because isn't this the same thing we heard about Sonic Frontiers back when leaks were coming out, that there was going to be an online mode of Frontiers? There's nothing online about Frontiers except updates, and I don't want to be misled about Superstars. Either there's an online mode or there's not. I doubt it, because the main campaign, the co-op, is local. So make that online. Have some kind of online feature for the co-op, kind of like what Nintendo did for Super Mario 3D World when it came out on the Switch. And people love it. Like, look, Sega, you guys don't even need to make like a server for online to play with a bunch of randoms all throughout the world. I don't need that, because that's going to create a lot of lag. Like, look at Super Mario Maker. When that game first came out, Mario Maker 2, oh my god, the lag was atrocious, because you were playing with anybody and anyone around the world. With 3D World, you can only play with your friends online. So, you know your friends, whoever has a good server, you'll play with them and the connection will be solid. So that's all I need for online co-op for Sonic Superstars. I don't need to play with random people around the world. I just need to be able to play with my friends online, instead of having to find someone to play local co-op, because I will still find someone to do that with when Superstars comes out. But like, am I going to be finding someone to play with me anytime I want to do co-op? I think that's an archaic, outdated mindset, and Sega needs to shake that off and bring back online co-op. You know, I know Azuka said that they're copying New Super Mario Bros. Style. Don't copy the bad parts of those games, copy the good parts. All right, that's number 3. Number 4 is modern character skins. Now, I know that this is a classic 2D Sonic game, and the whole modern 2D Sonic game was misled. You know, we heard that from Zippo, so we all assumed. And me personally, I do not care about Superstars being a modern 2D Sonic game or not. I'm totally fine with it being classic. However, they're going to have a modern costume skin of Amy. You can switch out her outfit to be either the classic outfit or the modern outfit. Now, I'm thinking all those tokens you get in the game, you know, you beat the game and stuff, I think you should be able to unlock like a modern skin for both Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. You know, I mean, look at Mario Odyssey. You could unlock the original model for Super Mario 64, and you could play as the 64-bit Mario, which is a cool detail, you know? So if you can do that, I think you should be able to do that for Sonic Superstars. I should be able to toggle the skin and play as, like, you know, modern Sonic or Dreamcast Sonic or anything like that. I think that will make the game fun, because let's be honest, people are going to mod that. Once the game comes out on Steam, PC, people are going to mod modern Sonic characters in the game, or at least make them look like how Sonic and Tails look like in Sonic 4. I think you should do that. I think that'll be cool. It's 3D graphics anyway, so it shouldn't be hard like sprite characters and like Sonic Mania and all that. So I'm not saying simply doing that will create hype for the game, but there's a lot of people that were excited to play a new modern 2D Sonic game. I mean, the last time we had that, a true modern 2D Sonic game, was like Sonic Colors DS, which really felt like Sonic Rush 3. and they're a little disappointed seeing this. Whether they hate classic Sonic or not, that would be cool to unlock. So I think Sega should really consider that. I'm not saying I want to see Shadow in a 2D Sonic game. No, I'm just saying I would like to see modern skins for the classic characters as well. I want that to be optional. All right, last but not least, number 5 is lower price or longer game. Now look, I know this game is going to be 12 zones, which is the standard length for a full-length 2D Sonic game. Sonic Mania had 12 zones, Sonic 3 and Knuckles combined had 12 zones. But this game costs $60. It's going to cost $60. So I don't know how that warrants 12 zones. Mania had 12 zones, and that game was like, what, $40? $30? I think it was 30 or 20. I'm going to have to check. But yeah, this game is way too expensive for a game with only 12 zones. And I know there's going to be some exclusive character levels, but it's not going to be that long to warrant $60. So either it should be a longer game, they should add way more than 12 zones. It should be like, I don't know, 24 zones. It should be double the length of 12 zones, or just lower the price. A lot of people, they're either struggling their jobs or they go to school and stuff, so they don't just have money to be throwing at games like this. So when they see a game like Sonic Superstars that's $60 and there's only 12 zones, but then they see Mario Bros. Wonder, and Mario games, the 2D games are pretty lengthy. There's multiple levels. Those games can go on for hours and hours. And then they see that at $60, they're more inclined to buy Wonder, not because it's going to be a better game, but because it's more bang for your buck. And obviously, Spider-Man 2 is going to be at least a 10-hour game. That's what they need to do, because there's no reason for Superstars to be the same price as Frontiers, and there's only 12 zones. It's the same length as Mania. So yeah, those are my 5 things that Sega needs to do to create hype for Sonic Superstars again. Announce a release date, make a playable demo, bring online co-op to the main campaign, bring modern character skins, and lower the price or make the game longer. So what do you guys think about all this? Let me know down in the comments below. Do you agree with all of my points? Is there anything you disagree with? And what other things can Sega do to create more hype for Sonic Superstars? Let me know. Alright guys, that wraps it up for now. So take care. And until next time, I'm out.